In this video, we are going to compare when we multiply with fractions and when we divide. So these are all examples of when we multiply with fractions. Okay, so notice some of the keywords that are in each one. He worked 1/5 of a 16-hour job. This one doesn't say the of, but that's really what we're asking is she biked 3/8 of the trip. How many miles? Well, if she biked 3/8 of 42 miles, okay, so the of is after, you can just put the 42 miles there. She makes 5/3 of this amount. The question asks how many gallons of gas. So when you're seeing that, I guess this one's not as good of an example, but the other four, when you see that of, it means to multiply. So when it says 1/5 of the 16, that means we're going to multiply. So 1/5 times 16 over 1, which would be 16/5, and here they want it in as a mixed number, so you can just write that as 3 and 1/5. Okay, and then similarly down the line, 1/4 of a tank, well, that's 1/4 of 21 gallons. What does of mean? Well, it means multiply, so 1/4 times 21. We have 3/8 of a trip, so 3/8 of 42. So hopefully you're seeing the pattern. 5/3 of the amount she made, so 5/3 of 15. So kind of look at the wording, and sometimes you might need to rearrange the question, but just ask, what is it asking of you? Okay, now we're going to look at a dividing problem. So we have a party. It's estimated that each guest will eat 2/3 of pounds of chocolate. That's a lot. How many guests can be served with 6 pounds of chocolate? So basically what we're asking really is how many ways can 6 be divided? We're going to see how many people can I serve with this 6 pounds. So anytime you're trying to separate the number into so many boxes or see how many people can share it, you're going to be dividing, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're dividing 6 between so many people. So we're going to do 6 divided by that 2/3. Now if you remember, when we divide fractions, we take the reciprocal of the second and multiply. So the first stays the same. Take the reciprocal here and multiply. We can cross cancel if we'd like. So 6 and 2, I can see that 2 will divide out of the 2 once. 2 divides out of 6 3 times. And then I'll just have 3 times 3 equals 9. Now if you don't like that way, you can always just multiply straight across the top, which would have given you 18. Straight across the bottom, 1 times 2 would have given you 2, which still simplifies to 9. So what does this answer mean? Well, this answer means that if we have 6 pounds of chocolate and each guest eats 2/3, we'll be able to serve 9 guests with that. Okay, so hopefully that helps a little bit to see when you're going to multiply fractions and when you're going to divide.